ask, one of the problems that I've run into in my business, whether it's from venture capital or people are looking for M&A, is finding value in the business without me associated with it. And that's been a real struggle. How have you mitigated that? I mean, for businesses that you've built and sold.
Yeah, so it's an incredibly good question. It splits into two things, and these are extremely advanced and good questions. And by the way, they're things that most entrepreneurs don't actually think about. They're not thinking about building the startup from the beginning as if they're going to exit it, which means all the foundational controls and processes in place. This one in particular has two things. Where you're seeing it, generally service businesses, professional consulting businesses, one-man bands, or one-girl bands. This is where we get caught. So in the social media digital world, you know, it's Jon Rettinger's got this channel and you want to license it or drive a royalty, or you want to sell the whole content. It becomes hard because they say, well, we need the creator. So the truth is you can't break what's not broken. And that's that there's two ways of M&A evolves. One is a straight full-on exit. If the exit happens, generally they're pulling the founders with them or founder with them, okay? Now, it doesn't matter at what point of the maturity, whether you've got patents and it's an IP sale, or it's what I call a fire starter and it's got a couple of million of revenue and they just want to jump the market, or it's a more mature business. What tends to happen is you'll notice a lot of those founders join and then they leave the company.
Yes. I
was an M&A broker and I've also been an entrepreneur and I've seen it from both sides. What you can do if you end up jumping on ship and saying, okay, buy us in a full share sale, probably not an asset sale, but let's say a full share sale. You go and join the company, they'll give you a VP of something and you'll be happy, right, for a while. You're happy because they just bought all your shares, right? And then they'll give you some kind of stock option plan. They know and you know that if they can't make that enticing, maybe after you've ethically, and I mean ethically, discharged your responsibilities, you can move on. Okay. That's one part. The other one is that as you get to our age or my age, because you're still young, I'm heading to 50.
Listen, we're close though.
No, we're close. We're close.
We're close.
What I tell them in my last couple is I say, look, you know, I work 8-9 hours a week. I don't have to prove myself to anyone, right? I've done it. I work extremely hard, and even COVID can't stop the progress that we're making. But it won't be ideal. So in other words, I will travel. Or I'll work from London. I live, by the way, between New York and London, and I'm nomadic. I move around a bunch of homes.
Yeah.
I say, so I can travel, but that's part of the gig. And so a lot of companies are thinking a little more progressive. And so they'll say, well, we still want you. But in the back of their mind, they're thinking, we need to get you to brain dump the rest of what you've got, and then build that management team and integrate the product or service into the acquiring company's infrastructure or product set. And then see if they can keep you under this flexible model. And then you skip shit because you're probably an entrepreneur and you want to go and do something else.
No, that's fascinating to hear. You're this is extremely insightful.
I'm going to give you the other one because I think it's just as insightful, just so you've got it. The other fork is that you look at yourself before you go out and do M&A. So I talk about, this is a domain area that I've spent a lot of time in. And I actually have a module that's just on selling your company. Most people don't know it. And I think my program or a program on M&A is worth any serious entrepreneur's attention because it starts right from the beginning, right? But what I'd say to you is that before you even think about that, normally 2-3 years in, we do a market assessment to see where the tier A, tier B firms are and whether they're going to look at it. But M&A often leads to joint ventures, other structured products, right? It might lead to a part disposal, corporate venturing, a cap investment or capital investment into your company. It may end up being a licensing or a royalty opportunity. So once you know those tools, instead of waiting under pressure for someone to say, what you remember, you know what it's like. It's like doing a litmus test. If you don't strike it right with those people, the power of consensus comes against you and you lose the deal. So what you want to do ahead of time is say, well, what are the different ways I can factor this?